Hello, growers. Say goodbye to heavy sandbags and hello to modern growers' quick hoops low tunnels. Protect your plants from pests, wind, rain, and frost without the hassle of sandbags or flimsy hoops. Our patented design eliminates the need for clamps and ropes, while the unique wire system keeps covers secure yet easily accessible. Tested in the strong winds of New Zealand for over 20 years, quick hoops are light, strong, portable, and versatile. Most importantly, they're designed for field use. These aren't some lightweight system that only looks great in a greenhouse. Our hoops are designed to last in harsh field conditions. Use them with any covering to grow year-round and safeguard your crops. Shade cloth, frost blanket, insect net, clear poly, no problem. Quick Hoops can handle them. Get Quick Hoops today at shop.moderngrower.co and protect your crops for years to come. What do you think the economics look like if you got to pick them yourself? Now, I get not 2.5 acres, but for the market farmer that does 500 plants and they or their crew have to pick, does that destroy the economics?
So this year we got an order from a charity organization that was putting on a festival, and they wanted fresh blackberries they were making blackberry ice cream, blackberry cobbler to sell at their event. 6 of us, my wife, myself, my parents, and her parents, we picked somewhere around 400 pounds of berries in, let's say, 12 hours total over 4 days. Now, that's picked and put in clamshell. That's not just picked and packed bulk in bags. If we just had to put them in bags, we could pick them way quicker. But putting them in clamshells takes a little longer. You got to be a little bit more careful, and you can't really carry a bunch with you at one time. But the harvesting part of it, especially on thornless berries, is very quick. Because if the berry's ripe, it just pops off in your hand, super clean, super easy. Depending on the variety, some varieties have a little bit tougher skin on the berry than the others. So you get to the newer varieties like Kato, Paca, those have a very firm berry. So the skin's very firm. You can stack those in a 5-gallon bucket without squishing them. So if you were picking to say sell at a farmer's market, you can literally walk down the road with one of those over the shoulder picking buckets and just pick into that until it's full and have no issues.
I guess they're pretty big, so that helps too. I'm thinking they're smaller than they are. So they're big, so you're getting a lot with every pinch in volume.
Oh, so just for example, one variety this year, which would be Primark Kato, which is one of the newest releases from University of Arkansas, we had 22 berries to the pound.
Okay. So that's cherry tomato size or big cherry tomato size. Yeah, really hefty.
Yeah. Now, some of them are smaller. Some varieties are smaller, but that's one of the things that University of Arkansas is breeding for now, because the general public wants to see the big, sweet, dark colored berries. So that's something in their breeding program that they're really working towards, is getting the large size berries that are sweet, firm, they fold well in the cooler, etc.
What do you sell them for? A pint? You pick?
So we charge by the pound, and we charge $6 a pound.
$6 a pound. How many pints does that break out to? Do you know? I guess you just said no. Well,
so I think it's 10 ounces per pint. Per pint clamshell, about 10 ounces, so a little less than a pound.
Okay, so it's like 1.5 pints per pound. And you said $6 a pound. What do you think you'd have to sell those? Say you brought them to the farmer's market and sold pints. Where do you think you'd have to be to sell those in a retail setting where somebody's not picking?
So we sell 10 ounce pints at the farmer's market for $7.
Okay.
I get $1 more. Like for my restaurants, when they buy blackberries by the pound, we sell them for $7 because I put $1 in there for labor to pick those berries. Because I've timed myself, I can pick about 15 to 20 pounds an hour. So that $1, basically I'm getting $15 to $20 an hour for labor alone. Now those H2A guys, I think that if I brought them in here, they could probably pick 30 to 40 an hour. They're crazy fast at everything they do.
Yeah, pick it clean, right?
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's decent money for a crop. You have 30 to 40 hours of work, but that's on 500 plants spread out over the course of a year, which is, let's be generous, say then it's an hour a week on average. And you're getting a harvest over 2 to 3 weeks. You're probably, if you're selling them $7 for that pint, like you're making pretty good money on that, right?
Yeah. So just quick math, you get 15 pounds per plant. Once they're mature, we're going to plant 500 plants. That's 7,500 pounds a year. That's if you're picking at 100%. So let's just say it's 6,500 pounds a year because we're going to feed some birds and some raccoons and whatnot. That's $45,000 in berries at $7 a pound on 500 plants. On retail, if you're picking them and selling them retail, and that's a gross number. Obviously, you've got clamshells in there, you've got your labor in there, fertilizer, electricity for your water well, or however you get your water delivered to you. There is some nutrient demand as well as they do like water. So there's some costs on the back end, but you can gross $45,000 a year on 500 plants selling retail.
Pretty good math. What about the difficulty of growing? If you compare them against a high maintenance crop like tomatoes, where would you put blackberries versus tomatoes in terms of touches, finickiness, disease, that type of thing?
Set it and forget it on loads. Once they're pruned and trellis, and all mine are on fertigation. So we've got drip irrigation hanging 18 inches above the ground, hanging on the first wire. And we feed them 4 times a year. We feed them. We just feed them a basic triple 20 soluble 4 times a year. And we spray them with fungicide 3 times a year, mainly because here in the South, we do have quite a bit of humidity. So we have some anthracnose, one of the big diseases I fought this year was called orange cane blotch or OCV. There's some disease issues, but they're more than not easily treatable with known fungicides. As far as pests goes, stink bugs is the biggest problem I have. If you want to be organic, we can spray them with both conventional and organic. So we spray a lot of BT for worms early, chewing on the leaves. And then spinosad is going to be my next choice for stink bugs and things like that. But once they get to a certain point that the spinosad just not, it's costing me more money to spray every week with spinosad, we're going to go ahead and go to a conventional spray, one and done, usually per season. And we ain't got to mess with it yet. And normally that would be a bifenthrin or something like that before the berries start ripening. That way it has its time to go through its life cycle and not be present when people are picking.
Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.